Good morning. I completely blew the entire start of this. The splash screen was supposed to be up. We're sitting here talking. One channel's on. Welcome to Coffee Talk, the world's worst audio visual presentation, but also number one in the time slot. I'm Guido, coming from the left side of the Atlantic.
And I'm Pilgrim, coming from the correct side of the Atlantic, again shilling with a Guido mug.
It is Christmas, so I do recommend you go to the Teespring and buy as many mugs as you can. I would build a Christmas tree with mugs if I could.
I have done.
That's your Christmas tree is made of...
Yeah, she's impressed.
Depressed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually decorated, Pilgrim. We're Christmased out. You can see the season's greetings back there, even though because of the mirror image thing, it says "Skis T-Rig Snos A's." But
okay, we'll go with that. That's a new way to say.
And there's a little tree. There's a little tree back there.
See it? Yeah. That looks very piloty, isn't it? That's your two circle, is it?
Yeah, that's going down to the floor. Going down to the floor. So that actually, usually back there is just covered. So I kind of escaped.
Yeah.
Right? The total amount.
For now.
All right. They're saying that you're a little hard to hear, so.
Okay. My mic's on max. You want to do testing?
Testing. All right.
Is that better?
The base commander for Stickler decided to, so I think it's on. Christmas is coming. You could, get further away. Holy cow!
I can't get any closer to the mic. I'll be climbing into the computer.
I guess one thing I could do. Give me a second here, guys.
All right.
We'll do this. Where is it? I thought there was a way to increase your mic. I guess not. The heck.
I've got it at max on my settings. That helps.
Don't know. Just yell or something. I don't know. Exactly.
Okay.
Talk softly and carry a big
slowly for you colonials.
All right, guys. We got a good show. Christmas is on its way. There's a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of stuff. So we'll start off with channel news. As always, you can expect a stream tomorrow, as well as the charity stream in the afternoon. I think from about 9 to 12 should work for tomorrow during the day. And I might even stream Tuesday. Somewhere in there I have to go back to work. My quarantine will be over, provided I don't get sick. So, knock wood. So far, so good. Everyone in the house is doing well. So we got that going on. EU update. I am at about 700, a little over 750 battles, going for 1,000, and then I'll do some more content, and then I'll reassess what I'm going to do. With the EU account, I need a new goal, but right now the goal is to get to 1,000. That's about 250 away. That's going pretty well right there. So more new player experience vids. I have a couple requests from you guys on things to do that I have written down. If there's anything specific you want for new player vids, go ahead and send me a note and let me know, and I'll see if I can't knock that out for you guys. DCS content has slowed down a little bit. We're working on something for next year. We're going to bring somebody in and teach them how to do BFM. That should be interesting. I'm not going to give away too much about that, but we're going to check that out. And next stream I talked about. Remember my code, Guido Grind?
Oh, I thought, we haven't done that for a couple of weeks, and now you've just blasted that into my brain.
Yep.
That is just...
Yep.
Yeah, no, don't. Stop.
Oh, all right. Don't. I almost ground out one there, right there. I don't know. Kedge, Wayne, good morning to everybody.
Morning all.
Who else we got? Stickler. Bonzi's in the house. Triple M is here. Doctor Who is here. I think I caught everyone who's chatted so far. There's probably more of you in there, but welcome to all of you guys. I appreciate you guys coming by. Okay, I think that's it for news. Any other channel news from Pilgrim's side?
Not really. No. I mean, we've been doing the EU thing, as you said, so that's interesting. I haven't played my account for some time because I've been trying to keep up with you.
we've been tuning up a lot. Let's talk about that because I've enjoyed that. I was actually, that's going to be part of a video. I have a good game where you and I don't know if you remember what it was. I was in the Tiger, you and your T-43, and we really worked well together, and we beat that D-Day map. We beat that team that was winning, basically. So I was going to talk about that in there, but let's just hit it here because for a very long time, when I first started, I platooned quite a bit. I had several friends that played, got in a clan that was very active. Just every time I got on, we platooned. Then I got into the grind mode where I want to go faster. I mean, I liked platooning, I enjoyed that part, but I wanted to be able to just go, and crank, And then one goal led to another until finally I'd put every tank in my garage on my NA account. Now I've started this new account, and I'm not as worried about grinding it up. And since we've been platooning, I've kind of rediscovered the fun of taking it a little easier, platooning, chatting while you do it. Because we've done it off stream, just platooning. Where, I mean, a lot of times we'll sit down and I'll say, I should stream this. And I go, you know what? I don't want to. I just want to sit here, chat with Pilgrim, screw around, play a few games, So I've sort of rediscovered the joy, I guess, if you will, in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's important because, and particularly because of your NA account and what you've done with it. You've maxed it. Okay, so you sort of reach a plateau. There are other things you can do with that account, obviously. But going back and starting again, you do rediscover the joys of the game, which is why it's always been fun for me because I've got 3 accounts running. So I can dip into the one that we play together on my EU account, I couldn't care less about that. So it's actually fun. I'll dive off cliffs halfway through the game.
Yeah.
Sort of stuff, there is slightly serious side to it, obviously, as always. But and for me, platooning with somebody who is so much better makes the world a difference because I get to see it's okay talking about positional play and surviving to the end of the battle and preserving your hit points and blah blah blah, or preserving your vote as you call it, but to actually see how that is worked on maps by the better player brings my levels up without me even thinking about it. I now subconsciously do a double check and go, right, what did Guido do about that? Right, I remember that, and then where you go. So it's helped my gameplay immeasurably. The thing and a lot of people in the clan will probably say, well, Pilgrim doesn't platoon that much with us. But I do platoon occasionally, but I feel self-conscious that if I'm platooning with somebody that is maybe not such a good player, I feel responsible for that guy. And there's a lot of pressure on you when you do that. You're like... And then, of course, I do the Brit suicide thing and die early, and everybody goes, "It's crap platooning with Pilgrim. He keeps dying."
Well, that's exactly why a staff sergeant trains the privates, and why a sergeant major trains the staff sergeants.
Absolutely.
Because you can give a private a book and a degree, and teach them everything there is to know book-wise about training a private to dig a hole and lay down fire and do all those things. But he's not going to be very good at it because he doesn't have the experience and the actual physical knowledge of it. I mean, that's just training 101. I mean, and it applies to a video game. That's a lot of what this channel's about, and you and I talk about it a lot. Yeah. That real world stuff matters, not to turn this into a job or something more important than a pixel tank game, because it's not. But if you want to, sometimes if you want to enjoy things, if you just apply a little bit of that real world, realistic training attitude to it, you can get better, actually. Believe it or not.
Yeah. It is quite strange. Where I've been an instructor in my life, and I didn't think of it like that for a long time until I come across you and your channel and everything. And I suddenly realised, why aren't I using my instructor skills to teach myself to get better? But you still need that basis of information which you get from seeing other better players, and also being together with a better player on that map. Because you've done stuff I've gone, wow, I did not know you could do that. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Leaping off cliffs was one thing.
You have to leap off cliffs. Good morning, Joe. Good morning. Hey, Joe. And somebody else was mentioning platoons. I think it's Stickler. Yeah, so that's open invitation. Anyone here in the clan, obviously, if I'm on and platooning and messing around, you guys are more than welcome to jump in. Please just jump into the room and have a chat or whatever. I know I'm not around as much as I'd like to be, but when I am, just pile in. You're not bothering me. I don't care. Back to the instructor thing. That is one thing about the community I came up in F-15s, is how to be an instructor was every bit as important as what to do as an instructor. Yeah. The experienced instructors and the weapons officers, most of the pain of doing an upgrade to become an instructor in the jet is is hammering into you how to be an instructor. If
Yes.
they pick you to be an instructor, to upgrade to it, they already know you have the hands and the brain and the skills flying. That's so what? Can you convey that to the student, and can you take on the mantle and the mentality of an instructor? What does it mean? And that was the most painful part, because I mean, that's just a beating. You come into the briefing room, you start talking, you're saying things right as far as the technicalities of it, but the way you're saying it or conveying it to the student is crap, or what you're putting on the board is garbage, and then it's just a beating. It is just a beat down, and you've got to have thick skin, man.
Well, exactly that. You've got to take on board the constructive criticism that's the instructors, and they are clever guys.
Yeah.
What they're saying to you is 100%. I mean, my first classroom lesson I had to give on my instructor training was I had to give a 20-minute talk on living on a bowler hat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and make it interesting.
Right.
Get on with it, and we'll critique it at the end. You're like,
Yep.
No prep time whatsoever. Get up, go and tell it.
Yeah, and then the debrief is just the beat down,
Yeah, I just get ripped apart. The debrief.
Yeah.
The first response was, how logical do you think it is that you could sit on a bowler hat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and survive?
Yeah.
Well, you asked me to do this.
Well, I loved it too, and a lot of it is again, this is well beyond pixel tanks, and you can take bits and pieces of it. But one of the coolest things about it was the responsibility that they were giving you, because especially when you're at the basic RTU here for the B course for the F-15, you're taking a kid who he has his wings, he's done his training in the primary and secondary aircraft, but this is the first time he's ever flown the F-15, and you're trying to get this kid to safely fly it solo without you in the back.
Yeah.
And that's on you. If he doesn't have a tool that he needed when he flew, and he bails out, crashes, whatever, all the bazillion bad things that can happen, that's on you. That responsibility is, once you actually, that clicks in your brain, then you get what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, because the end result is what you've taught, what you've trained, and that person that goes out and does it, he's doing it on everything that you have said and taught him.
Right.
He hasn't got his own training. He goes and does at night time, especially when flying fast jets. He doesn't go home and go, oh, I'll train myself a bit on that. He's taking everything you're giving him. Everything.
Well, it's every bit what you did in the Army as well. It's the same exact thing. You're talking about training people for dangerous jobs that if they screw up, people die. That's the point.
That's the bottom line, isn't it? Yeah.
So learn how to play tanks, or you will
get good.
get good, losers.
Stop dying.
Stop dying. The good news is it's a simulation. If you die, you press battle again, and no harm, no foul.
Right.
No harm, no. Wow, we got deep on that, didn't we?
We did, didn't we?
French roast for me. What do you got?
Well, I've like I said last week, I've gone back to the Royal Blend. I can't do a Sunday afternoon without a strong.
Yeah, we got to
see how strong it is.
throttle back on the caffeine a little bit. Okay.
Madge can have the flowery stuff. It's all right.
Okay. I think that's it for channel news. Boy, we got deep on that one. That was excellent. All right, and that's it for Coffee Talk. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Missions is special. Let's chill. Let's lighten things up by lying about all the good deals you can get. I mean, telling about all the good deals you can get from Wargaming. Did everybody buy their 274 Alpha already?
I've seen a couple out there.
Yeah. You don't have yours though.
No. I'm trying to get to at least 30%. I don't think I'll get more than that.
Yeah. What's everybody's plan? Chuck it in chat there. Pilgrim will watch it because I can't see chat right now very well.
No, I'll have a look.
All right, anyway, we're going to chill featured. What do we got? We've got the Feast. My video from a few days ago, I went through each one of those tanks and gave a 1 to 7 word to 20 word discussion on each one for what it's worth. It's out there. It's $1,000. Let me know if you bought it. Black Friday. Hey, black tanks. Did you know there's... How many there's 5 black tanks. I did not know that. T-34, IS-6.
Yeah.
Schwarz Panzer. Oh, Chrysler K. GF.
Christ, okay, yeah.
IS-6B. Oh, the Black Dog. That's right. 4190. There you go. There you go. Remember with those tanks, guys, that if you're going to get credit compensation for a tank, it has to be that exact tank. So say you have the Black Dog version, but then you win a 4190, the regular version, you're not going to get compensation. You're going to end up with two of the same, basically the same tank in your garage. Just watch out for that if you're trying to plan, thinking, "Ooh, I'll buy that and I'll get credit for it." You won't. You'll actually get the tank.
Wayne says he's bought the 274, but he's leaving it for 5 days so he can't grind.
He's leaving it for 5 days.
Yeah, leaving for 5 days. So
He's leaving for 5 days. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer because now, if you can't play it, you're going to lose out some of those extra missions that come.
All the extra stuff as well. Yeah.
And there it is right there. It's $75 at least on NA with 3 days of premium and a bunch of other stuff that comes along with it. And what else we got? Hold on a second, let me check something.
I've just had to ban some a spammer.
Excellent. All right. Sorry, we got a little calm from the daughter. Okay. Eagle 7 is out there. These are the packages we talked about last week for each nation. Not each. There's 5 of the nations that 5 or 4. 5 of the nations that have it. Let's see what else we got. Gold is standard. I think the credit card bonus thing is gone. It looks like. Yeah. So,
has it?
Yeah, the bonus.
I didn't realise that.
That was just last week.
It was just for a week. Yeah. I've still got coupons applied though. I haven't used them.
No, nothing to add on there. Again, the standard caveat and warning, guys. Christmas is coming, so buying stuff now. Be careful. If you have a doubt that you want it, and you're wondering whether you want to wait for Christmas or spend some money now, I think the doubt would push me towards waiting till Christmas.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, because without a doubt. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that.
No,
yeah. I mean, I will not spend a penny now until I know what's happening with the Christmas specials.
As always, if there's something you just got to have, obviously the 274 Alpha is that kind of wild card they throw out there right before, right?
Yeah.
If that's not going to be
available. That's a marathon,
available.
isn't that's it? You can almost separate that from Christmas completely.
Sure.
Really, it's they called it the polar experience or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Keijo, you can give gold within the interface, can't you?
Yeah.
Pretty sure you can. You can go and you can, as long as you click on it, you can select gift or for yourself. So yeah, you can.
Yep. I think you can gift everything.
Yeah, apart from garage slots.
Really?
Yeah, I tried. When you were short, I tried to sneakily gift you 10 slots, and it refused to let me gift you. It went, Guido can stuff it. He's not having them.
I'm proud of the game for stopping you from doing that because I do not need more stuff on this account. That is for dang sure. All right. Good game. Good game. Looks like standard stuff here. A lot of the tier 8s that are always around. So really nothing to add on that, guys. Did you see anything on there or maybe anything from EU that you thought was interesting?
I had a good look around. I think they're doing what they're normally doing. They're about to do a massive, huge deal in December.
Yeah.
So they've just gone quiet with everything, which is understandable.
Speaking of which, we have no further essay on the advent calendar. It's not even on the website. I haven't seen anything on it. No. So I don't know what's going to happen there. And that's only a couple days away, right?
Yeah. I mean, what we
Tuesday.
29 now? Yeah. 29.
Tuesday should be the first advent calendar, Dave. And there's that much information on it. We're over on specials. Looks like nothing really to add, guys. It's like everyone's just kind of pausing and ready for the shenanigans to ensue. Nothing to add there.
Can I? While we're on specials,
yeah.
I'm just gonna click on my feast because the original price started out at £2,511, £2,511.
Okay. Yep.
And then it's gone down to $769.99 with a discount. I'm going to see.
What's your discount say?
£769. So it's. I know it's pixels, but let's say they've taken Math in Public. They've taken over £1,200 off the price.
Yeah.
Can I apply a coupon? Let's have a look.
Oh yeah.
Just having a quick look. I don't think you can. No, you can't. I was just going to say I'd probably get it down even further, but I
You're
wouldn't
kidding. Mine
mind.
has a coupon by it. Mine says I'm getting a 69% discount. So I click on
Oh
it.
yes, yes, I can apply a coupon.
There's a coupon there. Is that with it applied already?
No. Right. Go to items.
Yeah.
I've got my anniversary coupon.
I think it's
Oh no,
already. I think it's
because
auto
it's a
applied.
yeah. I
Oh no
think
no no
so
no
because
no
it's a
no
special.
no. There's a button. Hold on. Book. Brings it down to. Drops 100 off of it. Holy
Okay.
cow.
There you go.
Yeah. So there. I guess there's
Still a massive price though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Makes me nervous every time I go to that website and click that purchase button because I'm like, is it going to purchase it?
It's gonna buy it now.
I'm like, no. My mind says there's another page, but my heart goes, oh, this really I don't want to. Does it not say purchase?
Yeah, I know. It's scary, isn't it?
Shouldn't it say go to purchase page?
Yes, it should. It should say, "Warning, beware."
Yeah. Anyway, that's the feast.
Right, sorry, I just wanted to check that out because I've got a coupon, but it doesn't apply because it's an anniversary coupon.
I hope I didn't
doesn't
buy
apply
it.
to that particular- Yeah, I'm not.
I hope I didn't just buy it. You know.
Well, look, that be you. Well, what happens with that? Because if you've got most of those premiums, you're going to get credited what, gold or
Well, that's the question. Are you going to get 100%,
Yeah.
or are you going to get the discounted gold?
Yeah.
That it might be on there. I don't know. Is it on there?
I don't know. I don't want to click again.
Every time I click it, I get nervous. Look at all those tanks. Let's see.
Yeah.
The feast is back. Premium tanks. There will be 875 gold compensation if you already. Okay, yep. There will be 0 compensation if you already own the Renegade.
Wow.
What?
Why just the Renegade?
Dead or Alive 3D style.
But it doesn't say. It just gives you 2 instances. It doesn't
Right.
say for everything.
There's 142 tanks in there, and somehow the Renegade Dead or Alive style that gets its own sentence and no other information
Yeah.
on what might happen gold compensation wise for the rest of the
the rest of it, yeah.
142 tanks. Ugh.
Well, listen. Out of all that, you still get 142 garage slots, which you can't gift.
Well-
So, hey.
Hold, hold on, Peter. Let's do our surprised face.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Okay, we're gonna leave it. I can't even.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No. I'm out of it. I
Does
can't-
anybody know? I've always been trying to get somebody to admit whether they bought the thing or not.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'd not knock anybody if they did it. Put it that way, personally.
Yeah, that sounded wrong. That's not really what I meant. But I'm
No,
always
no.
curious if I'm curious if somebody's bought it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there has to be somebody who feels that that's a justified purchase at a good price, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And there are probably lots of people who do it. But I couldn't personally justify to the house general, I've just spent £1,000 on pixel tanks. And I would die the horriblest death ever if I went, oh, by the way, we're not getting any shopping next month because I've just spent this.
Special. Did you have any of the black tanks when you bought it, or did you not have any of them? And if you did have one, did you get full gold for it? That will
Yeah. Morning, Sparky.
full gold special. See, there's a clue right there. At least on the black one, it looks like you're getting compensation. Oh, there you go.
Get the right money.
And isn't that I've clicked it off already? But isn't the black ones discounted? They are. Okay, well there you go. So, I'll tell you that from a gold standpoint, if you have a lot of those tanks, you're going to kind of make a killing gold wise.
Yeah.
I didn't do the math, but I can't imagine at a 69% discount for the tanks that you own getting full gold compensation. That is it is 69. That has to be a 69% increase in gold, roughly. So at least 50.
Yeah. Well, if you've got the T34B, that must have been going for it's a tier 8 heavy, isn't it? So what would that be? 30. That would be sort of $50.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah. No, there's no doubt it's a deal from their pricing standpoint. What I'm talking about more specifically, it's already a deal, but a lot of people will have those tanks unless they're a brand new player, and if you get full gold on a heavily discounted tank, you're making a killing.
Yeah, absolutely you are.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, Warchild won that last year. Off of
Really?
Yeah, Commander AF, we'll get to it in a second, but Commander AF I think has a contest going to win that.
Yeah, she does.
And I think Warchild won one last year. I don't know if it was on that or how he got a hold of one. And then what he did is he gave them all away.
Wow.
Yeah, he streamed.
What a star.
Yeah, he streamed for a couple weeks or a week or so. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's how he became a CC. He does other stuff too. He's been doing. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate that for the sub. Fantastic. Joe, appreciate that, man. Where was I? Oh, Warchild. And so he went through each one of them in this feast, and then he would do a giveaway as he streamed, and he just gave every single one of those tanks away. That was pretty cool.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to give away. Good man. I know he didn't buy it, but it's still
Yeah. He is very free with other people's money. He should be a politician. He needs to run for office. Anyway, speaking of Commander AF, shop till drop 11204.
That's the one.
Shop till drop 11204. A patent KR for 3 days, 50 points to your tank rewards, and 4 personal reserves. Thanksgiving 2020 is the 200 bonus tank rewards. If you haven't done that one yet, I believe it's still good till today. Thanksgiving 2020. That's another code. We'll get you 200 points. Yeah. Oh, didn't you?
No.
There is a mission for it, so you may have to knock out some grinding if you're going to try to get it done for tank rewards, because tank rewards ends today.
Well, okay, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Well, I'll put it in this now, and I'll play NA this afternoon, so I'll do that now.
That'll crank you up 200 points, and then you got the last of Commander AFs. That's 250 points right there.
Nice.
I did finish tank rewards on EU yesterday.
Did you? No,
Yeah.
You said you were going to try that.
I got it.
Well, good for you, because I'm still at level 4 on both accounts. So
Yeah.
I just can't get it done.
And I did it with all the lower tier stuff, so that was cool. And I brought on a recruit. Who was I talking to? Which one of you guys was it? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot already. Someone will type in or it'll come to me. I think it's somebody who's here. I can't believe I can't remember. CRS just hit big time right there. I can't work out the timing of that because it says I have 27 days left. I'm like, why do I have such a short time? Do you have to wait till it shifts and to get the full time? You know what I'm saying?
It says session number for mine.
Right.
Because I brought Banzai onto the EU and Joe onto the NA. It says session number 5. So I'm trying to figure out what this session number is. Is it?
Does it mean if you don't finish it, you're screwed?
I think that's the case. I think it's time restricted. I mean, maybe some.
Well, that's idiotic, because then you have to kind of wait to the beginning of it to invite the person and then to give yourself the full time. That's really going to be irritating if that's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, I'll dig into it later on and have another look, because I've got a vested interest in both accounts.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, the inviter, the commander, can get a tier 8 premium out of it.
yes, you mentioned that. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, go in there and look at it on your. You've invited somebody, right, on EU?
Yeah.
Yeah, go into that later and look at it, and you will see that the list is down at the prizes. So if you grind yours out and he grinds his out, you get a tier 8. I haven't quite figured out. I think if you play, you help him.
Yes, if you platoon with him, you get bigger points. You get larger points.
But I think if you even just play, you're both putting points into the kitty there.
Yes. I've seen, because I get notifications from Banzai. Whenever Banzai plays on his own, he does whatever he does, I get a points notification fly up. So he must do the same with me. And when we platoon, then you get extra. You get extra.
Well, and I guess my point there is I think it's all going into the same pot. It's not separate pots.
Yes,
it's one pot.
No, it goes into the same pot.
Yeah, so that's fantastic.
250 points is the first target to reach. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see.
This is not your sheriff account, is it?
This?
Keep popping up in chat. It's a sheriff account.
Oh God, yeah. This is my sheriff account. Stupid Streamlabs. All right.
Get 500 gold. Kill him.
Where were we? Mission specials. December preview. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
There's not much to it, guys. I mean, the stuff where everyone's waiting for is not in the preview. It's just kind of showing the standard stuff.
Yeah. They're being very cagey. They kept it close to the chest, haven't they?
Yeah. So basically, it's Battle Pass going to December 6th. Everybody knows that. That's actually ending pretty quickly. The Prime Gaming Mave kit to January 5th, so you got to pick that up. The Well-Deserved Reward, which is the Chaffee. We'll talk about that in a minute. The Polar Challenge, which I'm pretty sure everybody is aware of. The month-long things, Tank University, tournament missions, Watt Salute. You know what disappeared are the Tanks and Medals things. That's gone.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah. On Track is the Badger till the 5th. Then we've got the Patton till the 20th, JPZ, and the ST2 coming up towards the end of December into January. Premium shop offers. These are all bundles for currency of various kinds. There's no tanks or anything, interestingly, on all that. And that goes back to, dude, if you're waiting for Christmas boxes, don't spend your money on these things. Holy cow. It's a little curious. The only tank they have in here is this BT7, which absolutely infests the EU server at low tiers.
Doesn't it just?
God, Lord.
I hate it. Like, you sit on the fast. I mean, they don't do a lot of damage because they got a very small HE gun.
Mm-hmm.
But they are fast, and if they can get behind you, they do damage.
They are everywhere.
I ram them every time I see them.
Yesterday, I think I burst a blood vessel on EU. The teams, you know, for the most part, I don't get into the teams are bad, this, that, or the other. When I was on NA, I am making a full 180 on EU. I mean,
there you go. Welcome to my world.
It's unbelievable. At lower tiers, mid tiers, 5, 6, and lower, how insane the gameplay is on EU.
There is no rhyme nor reason behind any of the gameplay. There is no indication that they understand the meta of any sort. If I think in chat, unbeknown to you and I, in chat, the rest of the team talk to each other and they go, "Let's all go left flank."
Yeah.
And everybody goes, "Yeah," or "Let's all camp at A1." Yeah, we'll let that foreigner go off and do whatever he's going to do, but we'll all sit here.
I was telling you it'll come out in the Miserable Monday tomorrow, but I have this amazing game where it is literally the worst deployment I've ever seen. I die early because I just bullheadedly go. I'm like, whatever, it's a loss anyway. Me and another guy do that, we die. We're the only two that die in the game, and the team wins 15-2. And they are all as clumped in a... I'll show it to you. You guys will not believe it. It's on... Live Oak, I think, is the U.S. one with the tracks and it's in the town kind of thing. And they're all in the northeast corner, just in bushes and stuff. Like, Artie, it's insane. You're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it. And they won. And I'm like, well, whatever. What do I know about this game? Not a damn thing.
And the thing is, the rest of that team will go, "Yeah, that's the way to win this match.
That's right.
We'll do that every time."
Maybe I should just make a whole video on how to win that map and make it a complete.
Yeah, we should. You should do it in the training room, and we'll get 15 of us just to sit in the corner, all facing outwards.
That's given me an idea on a new series, a farcical how to win based on EU deployments on games like that where they actually manage to win.
Absolutely.
You think you know Live Oaks? You don't know Live Oaks.
I've got a scenario for that. You could have the arty in the middle, and then every tank facing outwards, like that, and just let arty keep popping shots over while we protect arty. All 15. No, in fact, send one scout out who happens to be a jolly foreigner. He can go off, and then everybody else just stay there. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Dude, it is absolutely nuts. Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm super quiet. I'm shouting at my microphone here.
I don't know why it's doing that, man. I have you turned completely up.
All right, let me look at my settings. I'm maxed out on the settings.
Yeah.
So
That's a little frustrating, actually. All right, I'll have to look. I'm sorry, guys. I'll have to look at it later. Otherwise, it's going to turn from coffee talk into Guido flails at audio technology talk.
Wonder Jar, I can hear you better if I stand outside shouting across the Atlantic. Okay.
Why is
subtitles?
I don't understand. All right, let's see. Missions and specials. I think. Oh, tank rewards. That's the December preview, by the way. I don't think there's anything else to say there. Tank rewards apparently is gone for the moment, guys. This will be the last one until an undetermined time, mid-year from NA. But Pilgrim, you said that they've got some kind of.
Yeah. What they right? Okay. On the NA account, it says, and I quote, if you can hear me, guys, it says tank rewards are to pause until sometime later in 2021. On the EU, it says tank rewards will pause until further notice. So the play on words is starting to get me thinking that's going to go out of the window. They're going to get rid of it. And I think they're just being nice on the NA server by saying, well, we'll look at it next year sometime. And I think it'd be one of those things that Wargaming do that they'll just be conveniently forgot about, because I think they've been giving a lot of stuff out.
Well, this goes back to the monetization stuff. I will tell you, my information is they're looking at it and they intend to bring it back, but there's no promises. That's the kind of thing. So remember that NA had tank rewards, and then EU was complaining that they didn't have tank rewards, and then EU brought it on. Then they kind of standardized it, and now it's sort of connected apparently, and for whatever reason, they've decided to get rid of it. It's no surprise it's going up at Christmas. Last week I said they didn't do it during December, but I think, you know what? Last December they did do it, is my understanding.
They may well be. Can you hear me now? Any better, guys? Because I've just put this mic on. Just let me know if it's working.
Yeah,
still soft.
It's on my side. It's definitely on my side, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll have to futz around with it and try to figure out what's going on.
All right, but it's better. Banzai says it's better. Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I think that's only because your mouth's a little closer, so you're probably a little bit louder to them.
Okay.
All right, so the tank rewards, we'll see. March, April, something like that. Somebody mentioned April, so that sounds about.
Yeah, but it's just funny that the wording is. I guess it's just the way they word stuff. I don't know. It just feels like you get a little bit more of a tweak out of the EU. I think they're too kind to us on the NA. I think in the EU they go, yeah, whatever. There's 125,000. If you don't like it, leave the game. Well, they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Suckers.
Yeah.
Deal with it, losers.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
Now let's see. Where are we? We have. I think that's it. Subjects du jour, I think, is where we are now.
I think we are. We've
All right,
done
very good.
chilling.
Number one thing, Polar Challenge. Let me show you how far I've got. 0, actually. Because this is my NA account. I haven't actually played a game in the last couple of days on it. It's all been EU. But I do have a breakdown. You guys already know how this works for the most part. If you are interested in my breakdown, it's a video I put out a couple days ago. I want to say maybe Friday morning, so you can check that out. But I think everyone gets it at this point, what it takes to do this thing. Roughly 500 battles if you're averaging 500 experience a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a huge grind. I don't know. I mean, I've seen one on the EU. Not seen one on the EU. I've seen one comment on the EU side saying they've seen somebody who actually did the grind, one of the CCs, and has completed it using a T95 and the 79E, I think. Yeah.
Dez had it. I don't know if it was Raging Raptor or Dez. I think it was Dez. Dez has a video of a guy who did it in 26. There it is. Doctor Who just said it. 26 hours.
Wow. Just using the Chief and the 279. Yeah.
So a very good player, and I imagine he knocked a bunch of the mastery missions out. Probably, I didn't watch any of it. Those guys, you guys may know, but my guess would be a lot of it was done by mastery missions just to do it a little faster.
Tier 10 only pop. Yeah, absolutely.
Because how many games could you play in 26 hours?
I don't know. Well, it depends on it. You can't average 15 minutes because they never last 15 minutes. But say you averaged, I don't know, call it 10.
I bet it's going to be lower than that. Let's call it.
Yeah.
Let's call it 5. Right. So that's 12 battles an hour.
Yeah.
Is that right? So 12 times 26 is only 312 battles if it was every 5 minutes. That doesn't take into account taking a leak or getting a drink or a longer game or whatever it is. He clearly did it with, well, not necessarily true. If he averaged 1,000 experience,
yeah,
it only took it's only 254. So
yeah,
he could have done it with the commitment by having very high average experience. And if you're that good, which some of those guys are actually that good. I mean, skill could do that if he wanted to. Wonder Jar.
I'm surprised that, you're right. Tier 9 generally is the sweet spot, isn't it, for most stuff. I'm surprised the RU server didn't kick it off, because there are some very, very, very good players on the RU server, and I'm surprised they didn't, because it was an EU player, wasn't it, that actually did it.
I'm willing to bet money someone did it faster. And they're just not a streamer or whatever. I mean, seriously, I bet somebody did it faster.
Yeah. Yeah, spent the whole 24 hours or whatever it is doing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. The Wargaming could probably pull that information and figure out who it was who did it first. But when you start talking these bot farms, these guys that do this for a living to level up and all the illegal stuff that they have, illegal in the game, not illegal to do. There's no law that says you can't pay somebody to crank up your tank's account. It's just that it's against the EULA, and that's not a law. It's just their Wargaming's rule. But anyway, that's a whole other subject. These guys do this for a living, and they're unbelievably good and fast at it. Plus, they tag team it, right? It's not the same guy. It'll be a guy will sit down probably for an hour, and another dude, whatever. However they have it set up to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is good that Tier 9 and 10 are the two, because at least you can play a Tier 9 and grind it if you wanted to. If you're doing the two things at once, that's nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's
while we're on subjects Azure, I just wanted to say we actually didn't go into missions and in the UI, did we?
Oh, no, we didn't. We didn't. Do we need to go back? I don't think there's much there, but let's just take a quick look since we're here.
Yeah.
We've got, what is Aurora Borealis? I totally missed this. Oh, this is the polar stuff.
Yep.
What is this? Is this just for finishing the missions?
Well, I can't. To be honest, I've not even looked at it. So.
Oh, are they?
Part 5, 6.
Are these the extra missions, aren't they?
Yeah, by the looks of it.
See how I only have 8 left? You can only do one a day, so you had to buy the package the first day to get available. Yeah. You know what's funny about this is these are available for me because I was given the tank, so it considers I finished the campaign, and it opened up those missions for me.
Okay.
That's why I have this here. You guys, unless you bought it, you probably don't have this.
Right. No, I've got it, but I haven't bought the tank. But I've started part 3, so I missed part 1 and 2.
Oh, then I'm completely wrong. What the hell is this?
Let me have a look. No suitable vehicles.
It is.
So I actually can't. Yeah, I can't get anything because I don't.
Okay, so it's in everybody's UI. It's just whether you can do it or not. All right, we just.
Yeah.
Yep. So there it is. It says 274 Alpha. So you've got to have that tank in your garage. Okay, that makes sense. And you have to play the tank to do that. So 3,000 base experience, damage, blah blah blah. All right, cool. The Commander AF. That's the
bonus set.
Yeah, that is not the Thanksgiving code. That was the veteran.
Heroes, that one.
Yeah, that was the veteran code. Multipliers are on track standard. The coupon challenge. I didn't even realize that was going on.
Yeah.
What are you getting? An Iron Seal token for what?
I don't know. That's. See, never tell you, did he? What's that for then? We don't know. What's it for? Doesn't say. This token is a reward item for the completion of a certain mission. What mission? What? Flectivity. What? What? Ace? I don't know. I give up.
What?
Get an ace tanker. I have no idea. It's just random, isn't it? It's random Robert.
A discount in the store. Okay.
Cool.
Well, that's clearly spelled out right here. This is probably one of the reasons why I stopped coming into this.
I think that you subconsciously dropped it out because it's just a giggle.
God.
It's just, isn't it?
It's unreal. It's in the Watt Weekly from Commander AF. All right, so you have to watch a video. Typical wargaming. You have to watch a video, then you have to come here and put 2 and 2 together and understand how the system works. That's awesome. Okay, anyway, so that's going on. Listen to the video, I guess. Watt Salute, standard. That's going to go away. Actually, they've got it going until... This reset bug is really irritating.
Yeah, it keeps flicking up on me.
This goes to April 1st right now, so that's actually pretty good. Lots of extra stuff going on. Although this is... Okay, yeah, that's bonus on experience and things. Community hunting, tank rewards. I think I'm finished. Yep. Although there's still rewards to get. You can get goodies as you go through it. Even if you've finished it, you can still get goodies, I believe, as you go. The Eagle 7, Queen Maeve kit, Badger on track, Patton on track, other missions. That's pretty much it.
That's it, bud. Not a lot.
There's several discounts available on how well you play. Okay. Tokens a 5% coupon. Next. Nice. Ace the Tanking gives you a 20% off. Huh. Well, there you go. It's a good deal. It's just, I'm not scoffing the deal. It's just, why is it so confusing to figure out?
Yeah. Why is it not just in black and white and simply red?
Yeah. Although we seem to be the only two that don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, no, well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, we're of that age where, life is confusing.
Chat is now taking over the coffee talk.
Absolutely. Well, you do realise, guys, on Coffee Talk that I've got a sticky note. You guys call them sticky notes, I think, don't you? Post-it note.
Yeah.
On my bedside cabinet with my name written on it, so when I wake up in the morning, I can go, oh, that's my name. I think I've told you this before, haven't I? But she changes it. So I wake up thinking my name's Bellend or something, whatever she changes it to.
Fabio.
Yeah, exactly. Morning, dear. Morning, Fabio.
I'm Fabio the pool boy. That's interesting.
Yeah, do the laundry. Absolutely.
Yeah. Do the dishes. Take the dog out. Take the trash out.
Chore Meister.
Choi Meister chore. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for getting us off on that tangent, Pilgrim. That was terribly. That was terribly useful to go back in there and look at the missions.
Yeah.
We did learn something though. I did not know that Commander AF had that thing where you could get some discounts. It explains why discounts keep firing up in my account. Right?
They are. Yeah.
Super Chaffee.
Yes.
Have you played it?
No, it's still in my garage, or garage, or however you want to call it. Without equipment, without consumables, without... Well, no, it's got a crew, but no, I haven't. Why? Because when it first came out, every man and his dog was playing it. I just didn't want to do it. So I'm going to play it later on another time, when it calms down a bit. Give me your thoughts on this, buddy.
Great minds think alike. You'll notice that mine is also not set up for basically the same reason.
Right.
Unfortunately, I didn't get anything on my EU account because it's too new. I feel like the poor relation over there on this thing. I think I'm going to go on the forum and complain on EU about why do new players not get anything?
Yeah.
You loser wargaming cheapskates.
Yes. Yes. I hate you. I hate this game. I'm uninstalling. Yeah, okay.
I did uninstall yesterday.
Oh, yeah, because you had a technical problem, was it?
No, I had to uninstall my laptop and reinstall because for some reason it had installed itself on the C drive, and that laptop is set up with all the storage to be a partitioned D drive, and it kept saying I had no memory. I'm like, dude, it's a 1 terabyte drive. You've got to be kidding me. And I finally looked into it, and dough. And that took forever.
Well, you see me nodding?
Yeah.
This is just going over my head. I've got no idea what you just said. You mentioned things technical and stuff, and I'm like, yeah. You know, like when
the computer has a big rucksack.
Oh, okay.
And on the outside are little pockets. And what I was trying to do was stuff my sleeping bag into the little pockets, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't fitting. And then I realized I need to put it into the big pocket, the big middle part.
Okay, right. Okay,
That's...
now I've got you. Now I've got you. Thank you. If you keep it that simple, this stupid person will be able to understand what you're talking about.
Say you got a mince pie and you're ready to.
Oh yeah, you mince pies. Yeah, let's
and you're
do
like,
that.
what is the best way to ingest this mince pie? And you go, well, I have 2 holes in my nose. I'm going to try to shove it into there and eat it. And pretty quickly you'd be like, there's not enough room in my nose. That's the C drive.
Okay.
And then you clean it out. That's going to be a mess. You got to clean it out.
Right.
And then you're like, here's the C drive I'm going to use right there. The one that goes, you know what I'm saying? Or sorry.
Who would have thought it? Who would have thought that a pilot had a sense of humour? Awesome. Awesome.
I meant the D drive.
The D drive, C drive. What's the other nostril called then?
No, well, I don't know. Now you're getting technical.
What about ears? Can you get them in your ears?
That's the F drive, extra storage right there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Bonzi, don't start with us.
Yeah, exactly. I've watched your streams, Bonzi. They're silent. They are silent streams. It's like Charlie Chaplin when you play your streams.
Are we? Is this stream shaming now? Are we?
Are we in there? This is what we're up to.
Bonzi does stream, by the way. Check out Bonzi's streams. He also has videos. We need to. We keep talking about it. We need to have some guests on at some point, man.
Yeah, I mean, you have got that ability and facility because you've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
All right, where were we?
You lurk. Yeah, we were Chaffee. All right, forget the
All
Chaffee.
right,
I'm
super
not playing
Chaffee.
until
Yeah.
next month.
Okay. How's it going with the Chaffee, guys? You like it? So type it in there. Let us know. Let's see. Advent calendar, 1 December. Still no detail. We don't have any actual details on what the Advent calendar is going to be, fellas. So don't know.
But it is going to be because it was advertised, wasn't it? But they just haven't put it out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
You know what? There was some other stuff in the well-deserved reward. If you had been around a while, there was a chunk of bonds chucked at you.
Yes, I got over 1,000 bonds. That was nice.
Oh, as though I thought the Advent calendar was the first. Is it not the first?
I thought it was the first. Maybe it's the 12th. That's interesting.
Yeah. Don't know. Like, I have an Advent thing here. And
Starts on the first.
Yeah, because it goes the whole month. Isn't that the point? Yeah, it's my it's my Mandalorian with the child.
Yeah.
Obviously, a veiled reference to a certain son of God, I guess. Anyway,
well, we should have a World of Tanks Advent calendar for real with little chocolate tanks in it. It'd be cool, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Hey, I should do the marketing for World of Tanks.
Oh, they're missing out. Yeah, they're way missing out. That is an opportunity lost.
There you go.
See, Doctor Who's got the actual deets. Today is actually the first Sunday of Advent.
Advent, absolutely.
Yeah, because Advent is a calculation off of the 25th. Doesn't really care about months.
No.
The whole month is loot boxes. Anyway.
There we go.
That all we've done is confuse something we have no info on. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Well done. Let's talk some common test, super test stuff that's coming up, guys. The Italian heavies are getting a lot of tweaks and such on super tests. They have changed some things on the Rhinoceros, which I think is the tier 10. Yep. Italian heavy. You had a date for those. When are you thinking they're going to show up?
Well, I read into this. The Italian heavies are due to roll out. Again, the caveat is this is coming from the RU server. The Italian heavies are due to roll out on update 1.11.1, which is late January. So late January, expect to see the heavies Italian tanks roll out, which again then leads me into saying that the loot boxes is definitely going to have the premium Italian heavy in it, if not the GSOR. and maybe more than two. Maybe more than two. There is talk of more than two being in the loot boxes.
New premiums.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But I'm not going to go into detail.
okay. Okay.
Keep you all hanging. But from what I've read on a number of sites, there seems to be this impression that it's going to be more than two premiums this Christmas. And Wargaming have been very cagey. They've put lots of new surprises coming for December. If you look at the jingle bells thing on the NA news site. So I'm really hoping there is. And I'm hoping there's going to be a massive fest this year of wonderful things to get.
Can I just be the wet blanket here?
Please do.
The history, the track record,
Yeah.
the body of work for Wargaming in declaring amazing this, that, and other surprises has been almost wholly a complete failure.
Yeah. Keys.
Yeah. I've yet to be actually really surprised or amazed.
No. Keys. I've still got them. What they're for. I've never seen the original garage. Nothing special.
I'm ignoring that. This is part of the internet game that the game companies play, though, isn't it? Because it's build this hype for something, and it invariably it fails. There is no hype. There's something, but it's not. You're not. They're not going to surprise you with amazing stuff most of the time. I suppose it's happened in the past, but you know what I'm saying. I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, there's a big surprise. Well,
I think I'm forever the optimist.
Yeah.
I think I forget very quickly that actually they bent me over a chair and spanked me solid over 5 keys, and then, which is an image you don't want to see. And then, and so I'm all like excited now because December's going to be a complete fest of wonderful stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just going to be same old, isn't it? Really, but I can't go down that road. I don't want to be negative.
Now I will say Christmas is good. So in the past.
Yeah.
And this is something we talked about probably a month ago and haven't touched on, but have expectation management, fellas. I have no idea what's going to be this Christmas. Let's go back to the October thing with the whole reroll. Is that mechanic going to sneak into Christmas? If so, is that going to make the base worth of the boxes less? Yes. That's the big cliffhanger I'm sort of looking at going, and that's my pessimistic side. I hope that's not true, but the mechanic exists. So what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, well, they rolled it out because they were obviously wanted to test that mechanic, so it rolled out.
Yeah.
Testing it for what? For Christmas? That's what you got to question. You do. You go, yeah, I get where you're coming from, totally, because you do question that. I mean,
Well, yeah. And you said there's a test or a they have the data, so they know whether it worked to push marketing, to push profits or whatever.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have a whole lot to do. The secondary effect of that, of making the players happy, is the secondary effect. I think publicly they would say, well, we're all about the players, want to make them happy, and that's true because you have to have happy players for the game to keep going.
Yeah.
But everyone knows the primary thing here is the marketing and the profits, and what do the numbers say? Is the reroll mechanic working enough for them to put it into Christmas boxes?
Yes. Did it earn enough on that small section of data they must have got out of it?
Yeah.
Low Blow's in. G'day, Low Blow. You convict? How are you?
Low Blow, how are you doing, man? Check out Low Blow stuff. He's been doing some World War II flying on DCS. I bought the Spitfire. Yeah. I actually streamed it a little bit on the charity stream. And it's definitely different. It's interesting flying the old Warbirds, man, because they're a little trickier. They're not as forgiving in certain areas, and now doing IL2 as well. So fantastic, man. That's awesome.
Well, the question I wanted to ask Lowblow, I've watched his streams on a number of occasions when he's flying the Spitfire and the IL, and there was, I think, a Yak also. But they've got head-up displays now. I'm pretty sure they never had HUDs back in the day. So they've got the head-up display screen at the front, yeah.
It's just a combining glass with a glowing crosshairs.
Oh, is that all it is? Okay, all right. Okay, cool. You can
Yep.
turn it off. But it's not real. It's not. It wasn't in the original aircraft, was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
in
I mean, originally it was an iron cross, an aiming cross or whatever.
Right.
But
Okay.
by I don't know when exactly it came out, but by mid to late World War II, there was a combining glass with a little
Okay.
projected gun cross on it.
Wow. That I'm like blown. I truly, honestly, blown away by that technology in 1945.
Well, there's no dynamic. It's helping you aim. It's just it's where the harmonization of the guns, whatever range you've harmonized the guns to, that's where those bullets will go. You have to do in your head lead fire and in plane and all the things that you've got to do, to get that shot. And I don't know if they actually harmonized. They may have been harmonized up a little bit. Don't know.
Yeah, because some machine guns fired through the propellers, didn't it? I think the Focke-Wulf had guns on the nose. Didn't
They have interrupter mechanisms for the guns so they don't hit the propeller.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. 350 meters. Yeah. And I was just talking about this with somebody. It's an interesting discussion about some aces and different pilots would actually have them harmonized because there would be a standard across the fleet, but some of the better pilots, better aces, would harmonize their guns at the preferred engagement range, and some of them that range was very, very close.
Yeah. I mean, you see what Loblo said there? Thinking yesterday when Pilgrims tuned in, how cool it must be for you World of Tank guys to see a Spitfire fly over what, and then switch Twitch channels and watch a guy flying a Spit. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it'd be even cooler if they were all in one place. I guess they can sort of do that in War Thunder, right?
Yeah, you can in War Thunder you can switch out of the tank into an aircraft, which is about the only interesting thing about War Thunder that I actually like.
Yeah.
Thanks for following, James. Awesome. We've just had a follow from James.
Oh, thanks, man. Where is it? James Monty 2003. Welcome. Appreciate the follow for sure. All right, where were we on subjects du jour? We have.
Well, you were just going to finish off on Super Test, but I just wanted to tell you, I didn't speak to you beforehand, but they're testing the Christmas skins out in Super Test right now. So there's a new Christmas skin. If you remember, I think you got it as. I think it was a mission completion. You got a Christmas skin. I can't remember. But so they're just testing those now. So if you want to see what the new skins are going to look like.
Well, as I recall, there were camos involved in the collection books. There were 3D skins as rewards in boxes. So there's multiple versions of skins and 3D things. And isn't it? I believe if you completed the completion, you got one of the rewards was a skin or a camo basically. And then the 3D skins were for 5 or 6 different tanks, and they were part of the rewards boxes, as you guys remember. So there's a lot of those out right now. Lots of pictures of them if you want to check them out.
Talking about December, there isn't any essay on December at all at the moment. When you go to the website and look at it, the December jingles thing just tells you the standard stuff. So I guess in the next week we should find out. I would hope.
Yeah, Attack Crows. We actually just discussed that. It is kind of just the standard stuff that happens in a month. There's nothing about either Advent calendar or boxes or the Christmas event or any of those other things. The dogs ran off and got into the mud. Well, the good news is you can check it on the VOD here on Twitch because I saved those, or you can wait for me to upload it to YouTube. There's 2 options right there. And we just had a long discussion, really getting down into the nitty gritty on how drives work for Pilgrim.
Yeah, I understand now that computers are made out of military rucksacks with side pockets, and you put sleeping bags inside them. So I'm completely 100% up on IT. There's no flies on this piece here.
We're gonna have your computer optimized soon.
Well, to be fair, you're quite right. I've given my Christmas list to the House General, and she has gone ahead and purchased RAM.
Nice.
And what was the other thing? New headphones, because these are falling apart. And with a promise of possibly an SSD. How that all goes into the big black box, I've no idea. I'll have to get somebody else to do that. One of the guys on Twitch, I think or maybe it was on Clan Chat, I can't remember, he said, if I pay for his flight, he'll come over and fit it all for me. So, yeah.
Cool, we'll do that.
I'd rather do a stream with him trying to help you from wherever he is and watch you just flail trying to do that.
Somebody went, watch YouTube. That's how you can do it.
Yeah, that's how I do it. And I'll be building in a machine actually right after Christmas. I'm going to finally take the money from the channel and the stream and everything. I've just about got enough to get the rig I want to get, and so I'll keep you guys up on that. We're gonna redo it and hopefully get a little bit better 3D VR rig going so that I can at least
to give you more peripheral.
Yeah, that and keep sight, which would be nice.
Yeah.
I do need to get the reverb. That's on the list, Low Blow. That is on the list. Yeah.
He's a filthy rich Aussie. That's why he's sitting.
I know.
Sitting there.
He has like $8 million worth of DCS modules. He has every airplane known to man, and every time I get in, he's doing something else. I'm like, I need to get that too. And I look at the price. I'm like, geez.
Yeah.
Louise.
But you do know that his wife hasn't bought new shoes in 15 years, and his little one is dressed in rags.
Oh, yeah.
So you know that's why.
All right, let's get back.
All right, let's get back.
K91 PT is a new TD coming out. It's based off the K91 Medium, but it looks to be a casemate.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's coming out. And you said new maps. At least 3 new maps?
Well,
this is big. This is big, actually. Big news.
There's a canyon map. There's the island map, and there's a desert map. I can't remember the name of it, but there's canyon and island. They're the two names of the 2 maps that I know about. The third one I think is a desert one. I can't remember. But the island map looks very much like a Blitz map that they trialed, and I was part of the trial for it, and it is a complete island, and on the Blitz map you could get around the outside of the island, so it was like a sandbank going all the way around the outside of the island, and you could also then go inside into the island itself. So if it is true to form, they've taken it from Blitz and expanded it to 1,000 by 1,000 and put in whatever they need to do for PC. A very interesting map. Very interesting map. You can do a lot of good work on that particular map, and it's quite. I sent you some pictures.
Do you think they actually brought it over from Blitz?
I think the idea was brought over from Blitz. I think the island idea was brought over from Blitz, which leads me to think that it's a Pacific island, because end of the Second World War, most of the once VE Day was done, before VJ Day.
Yeah.
All the fighting was done by you guys in the Pacific, so it makes me feel like it's based on that.
The real Geodan says, and Wanderjar says they took it from Armored Warfare as an example of one of their maps, so it sucks. All right, so the good news there is new maps. We could definitely use new maps, even if they're kind of crappy. At least there'll be something different, and they can keep working on them.
Well, they're on work. I mean, they're being worked on. They're on super tests, so they may well come out. They definitely won't be a corridor map if it's an island. And the canyon one, again, that's a wide open canyony. It looks like the pictures that I've seen from the Grand Canyon type area. So, arty map.
Hopefully it's completely channelized, so you can't. So there's no way to flex across the map, and you just
Yeah, like province. Yeah.
Canyon does have one promising thing in its name, though. That means there's got to be places where I can dive off of cliffs. Hopefully there's some awesome cliff diving capability there. Hey, the December 12th Wargaming Stream of the Year, where they talk the future stuff. So they do that at the end of each year. That's on December 12th this year. So they're going to stream with the devs and talk about what's coming up. So look out for that. We'll talk about it, obviously, when it happens. The black market list is out. Possibly not accurate. We'll just leave it at that. Let's talk Winter Marathon 274 Alpha reviews, which have been kind of all over the place.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
I came out and said I think it's overpowered pretty plainly. A couple of the other CCs agree. Some don't. Some have said it's pretty mediocre. It's interesting because a lot of the very good CCs don't like it very much. And I think it's primarily because the gun's a little too derpy for them.
Okay, well that's understandable.
Yeah.
I can get that, because if you're trying to do a direct comparison to the 430 and the 430U, then albeit they're different tiers. But if you're trying to do a sort of hover medium Soviet biased, blah 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 comparison. You have to take it back a step because one of the streamers, and I won't mention his name, has said actually it's very situational. It's a medium tank that you need to play like a heavy. So correspondingly, if you're flying around the map trying to do the snapshotting and all the rest of it, and it's got a derpy gun, then play it like a heavy. Start to use the armor and allow the aim time to go in.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See, I have always disagreed with this idea that you play a tank like a X or a Y
Right.
or a Z. That's kind of always been one of my things. You obviously play to its strengths, but my problem with this goes back to the instruction thing we talked about. You tell somebody to play it like a heavy, and then that's all that's in their brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You play it.
Yeah.
You play it to its strengths. That might be on that map in that situation at that tiering where you are in the game. That yes, you go to the heavy place and you play it like a heavy. But
Yeah.
that's the situational part. So you play it. What I say is you play it to its strengths, right?
Oh, okay, so not necessarily play it like a heavy, but you can use it effectively because it has better armor.
Right. And it may be a case that it's better at doing that than, say, a CDC, which, while you might go to a heavy spot in a CDC, you have zero expectation of its armor doing anything for you. And that may be a big reason why you don't go to where the heavies are. So it's a dynamic decision-making matrix. You don't just play it like I think that's way too simplistic. And it's not a bad piece of advice. It's just a very incomplete and misleading piece of advice.
Yes, I can agree with that. I can say that realistically, if you give somebody a weapon or a tank or whatever and say use it like this, and you're as an instructor, they would do exactly that. You've got to allow people to have the option and the choice.
Yeah.
So take that tank and play it as it to its strengths is exactly the right way to look
Right.
at it. But its strengths is its armor and
Yeah.
a fairly powerful gun. Well, a very powerful gun, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Overpowered gun.
And I think what they don't like about it is the gun handling's kind of wonky. But dude, it's dropping 320 alpha. It has a ridiculous amount of standard pin at 227, which is insane for a medium, and has unbelievable medium gold pin. So it's been compared. I compared it to the T54 Mod 1. It's not a perfect comparison. Others compare
But it's
it.
as close as you're going to get. It is about as close as you're going to get.
Well, and Wayne just put there 274 alpha equals CS LAS. So I'm glad that you bring it up because it is in fact not a worse ILS.
No,
That
not in a minute.
not even close. So I went into a test room because a certain CC said that. A couple of them said that, and I said I don't think so. I really don't think so. I go into a test room, and again, this is just firing at each other from 100 meters, has almost nothing to do with how the game's played, but just kind of testing the armor. And what people fail to realize is the slope on the 274 Alpha makes all the difference in the world. So you can put an LIS and a 274 face-to-face. Yeah. Face-to-face, firing regular AP, and the 274 will bounce about 30 to 50% of the shells, maybe more if you're a little bit lucky. The LIS, and that's against the LIS's standard pen.
Yeah.
The LIS will bounce exactly zero of the 274 Alpha's standard round.
Because it's got 20 extra pen on standard round.
Right. Then go to gold, go to premium, special ammo, whatever you want to talk about it. The 274 Alpha will still bounce some of the LIS's gold rounds, which are only 250 something pen. And we've already established the standard pen on the 274 is going right through the LIS. And it's also going to go through, with gold, the LIS's turret. Whereas the LIS is going to struggle mightily against, even with gold, against anywhere on the 274 Alpha's turret.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just the armor. That doesn't make it better or worse. I think the one they're hanging their hat on is the gun handling's a little better on the CIS. Not much, folks. It just isn't that much better. The 274 Alpha has much better DPM. Again, not the only stat you worry about, but there you have it. And the mobility of the LIS is a little bit better, although its top speed is worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you need to take it as a whole anyway. For any tank, you need to look at it as a whole on how you play it. So we come back to this point about playing to its strengths. So it's got good armor, it's got massive pen. So play that tank to its strengths, which outplays anything else at tier, and it will seriously trouble higher tiers.
Yeah.
Seriously trouble higher tiers. I mean, I played against one on the EU. I was in my T29, and I couldn't penetrate lower plate, upper plate, whatever. I had to switch the gold to get a penetration in there, and it was only I was with a chieftain. It was only not a chieftain 95, but one of the chieftain variants. It was only him that was managing to do damage to it with its APCR.
Now, if you have a taller tank, which like a chieftain and some of the other things, and you get close enough and you start to look down, or he's on a down slope, and you start to flat plate that forward armor right there, then it's really not that much. It's what is it? It's 95.
95.
So, but if you're, and someone mentioned, I think it was Loblo, if you're looking up at all and you don't hit the lower plate, which is where you should be aiming, but maybe he's got that covered, i.e. coming over a ridge, you got all kinds of auto bounce right there. He does have a problem with depression. -6 is not comfortable. It's not easy to use. But let me ask you this. Is that really limiting the 430U, 430, 140, T62 and really in any way? No, not really.
No, because you don't play them as ridgeline fighters. You don't.
Right.
These are mediums with the ability to flex across the map, with the ability to maneuver warfare. So that's how you play those mediums. So it has no bearing. I mean, if you're trying to ridge fight, you're doing the wrong thing with the tank.
I mean, if it had -10, it would clearly be ridiculously overpowered. So that is a balancing factor that's in there. It's got better view range than most of the tier 8s. Sorry, folks, it really is a little bit like the Defender in that it's about a tier 8.5 armor profile, maybe a tier 9 armor profile with a derpy gun like the 252 has. And I think a lot of people would say the 252 is pretty overpowered, but it is not broken in that it just doesn't dominate because its gun is derpy. And this has a little bit of that. But I will tell you also, if you go try-hard mode like I have set up here, with directives, food, vents, the things to make the gun handling come down, that's a very reasonable number, 0.33 dispersion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
The aim time's a little high, dispersion's a little bit derpy, but if I look at my LIS, which I think is over here, 0.32, 201. It's just not that big a difference.
No.
And you're taking the armor along with you for the ride. And you got a better turret. This turret is okay, but it's not one you can depend on. No. You can depend on this thing's turret.
Yeah. And you're also giving out massive damage, and penetration.
Well, the LAS does 322. It has the same. Yeah. It has the same.
But it's got to penetrate to be able to do that.
Exactly, and that was my point in the video. We can talk about all these things, and we've kind of broken down several stats where I say, all right, it's better. Just because it adds 1 or 2 or 3 stats, making it better doesn't mean it's a better tank. It's the whole package. But here's the thing about the firepower in this game: if you don't pen, it doesn't matter what the hell your DPM or alpha is.
No.
Right?
No, you've got to get through that armor, haven't you?
I mean, first you have to hit, so that's important. Dispersion, all that accuracy, all that good stuff. But then you have to pen.
Yeah.
And at that point, pen rules. Yeah. Right? The higher the better. You just there's no way around it, Better pen is better. I don't know what to say. And when you're talking about you have the pen and you have more DPM and you have a high alpha, the possibility of the two, and then you have a mobile relatively mount on it, which is in a great turret. It's just the tank has everything you need to succeed in this game. It just does.
Yeah. I think, and the thing is, it won't get balanced. So I think it's come out with exactly as you say, 8.5. It's a defender. It's a medium defender. I hate saying this, but it is. It's going to be a medium defender, and I haven't played it yet. I have played against it, and I found it very difficult to make any sort of impact on it whatsoever. So
I mean, it's a bit of a bobject. The armor is going to let mediocre players get away with stuff that they wouldn't necessarily get away with in a medium tank because the armor is going to save them on occasion with bounces. And I'm not saying it's broken or it's going to destroy the game. It's just very clearly a very good Tier 8 premium tank.
Yeah, exactly. Well worth the money. Go and buy one today.
Did you hear that, Wargaming? Come on.
Yeah.
A little kickback, my friends. A little
We want
kickback.
some kickback. But there's been some chat in chat, as there is. Can I just go back on a couple of things?
Yeah.
Front lines, yes, you're right. It's coming back next year. It's being revamped at the moment. I think you said, Guido, there's new map for
The Craftwork map is getting reworked. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a rework, but it will be back. And the flags, I forgot to mention to you, Guido, I've added 2 more flags here. So we've got Old Glory, and we've got the Canadian flag, because it's Geo Dan was asking about the Canadian flag.
Excellent.
It's North American server, isn't it? So, and I had an Australian flag just for low blow some weeks back, but I'm not going to put it up every time because you're all convicts. This one down here is the Belarusian flag, so it's for Wargaming.
There you go.
So that's Belarusian. And this one is Welsh because we spoke last Sunday about my Welsh lineage.
We did, yeah.
And I am, of course, not Welsh, but my father and my grandfather is Welsh, and I am yet still the son of 1,000 bastards. So that's why that's why the Welsh flag is there.
Well, hold on a minute. How are you not Welsh if your dad's Welsh?
Well, because I was born in England, so I'm actually
Is that how it works?
You don't come from Wales. You're born in England. You're a Mebian and bastard duo, which is son of 1,000 bastards.
Were you born in
Yeah, exactly. They were all born in the back of the throat, weren't they?
Yeah, they're all born with a million consonants and no vowels.
You see, look, Wayne is saying Raquel Welsh in you. No, I've got no Raquel Welsh. Oh, sorry, a little Welsh. Sorry.
That's a Welch.
Yeah, that's Welch.
All right, good. So fun with flags.
Fun with flags.
Now it's flag coffee talk. What else we got for subjects du jour, man?
Well, I've got a list of 3 things which I wanted to pass by you.
Okay.
Things.
Send it.
Things.
Things, yes.
Things. Okay. In our household, in the Pilgrim's household, the House General has an objectification, I think is the best word.
Yeah.
An objectification of everything. So something becomes a thing whenever she's discussing stuff. So Guido has now been given the highest accolade in the Pilgrim household, is that he is now a thing. Because she will say to me, there you go, she will say to me, are you off to do your Guido thing now? Or are you going to do your Guido thing tomorrow? So you've now been given the highest accolade in the Pilgrim's household. Guido is officially a thing. There we are. So that's things.
Excellent.
There we are.
I mean, I feel like I've reached another step on the level of consciousness right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I will send you your gift.
Don't send a gift.
I will send you your prize for becoming a thing at some point over Christmas. Right. Guido thing. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, it's very much a man thing, right? I spent the best part of Saturday, it's my good lady's birthday next weekend, so I spent the best part of Saturday afternoon, instead of playing tanks, which I wanted to do, was attempting to wrap presents, both for her birthday and Christmas.
Oh man, yeah.
I don't do this. I mean, generally, when the kids were younger, my daughter used to do it all, so I didn't have to do anything. Now it's down to me because my kids have flown the nest. I ended up getting a brown box, throwing everything in there, chucking in some wrapping paper and a load of sellotape, stamping all over it, and go, there you go, that's it, they're wrapped. I don't get wrapping. Why don't they have people you can employ to wrap them? Get them round your house.
I'm gonna tell you something that is going to save your wrapping existence. My wife does bags.
Right.
Little gift bags. You can put a bow on it. You can put the little fluffy paper down in there, and nearly everything. We do wrap some things, but a lot of the stuff, I grab a bag, I chuck it in there, I chuck some fluffy paper on top of it, and I put it under the tree. Bags, my friend.
You see, 24 hours too late.
Yeah.
24 hours too late.
I mean, the House General has to like bags. I mean, she may be a traditionalist and it has to be wrapped, but I'm just telling you.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll try that for next year. I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I had sellotape on the back of my head. I had tinsel round here. I had bows stuck to me. I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Just chuck
All
them
right,
in.
hold on a second. We got to go to chat. Low blow. What does red or green mean? Are you talking about the different kind of cards? I have always had the not the Radeon, whatever the other one. Nvidia. Yeah, I've always been an Nvidia person, so I don't know. Usually, I don't do the research until that month because things change so much. I don't want to confuse my head. You know.
Well, I'm NVIDIA because I don't know anything about computers, and that's what came with it.
Yeah.
So that's Clarissa. Thank you. I'm definitely not perfect. I can tell you that.
Yeah, this one that I'm running right now is a 1080 GTX Ti, but it's a 3-4 year old computer now, at least 3. Yeah, whatever's in an alien. All right, what else did you have?
Well, we got Canadians in. Look, we got more Canadians. I'm just catching up with chat.
Excellent. Well, we're worldwide program. You know what I mean?
We are worldwide. Look,
We're worldwide.
And Doctor Who's saying the secrets of wrapping is to use as little paper as possible. Right? Okay. Well, like none at all. Would that work? I don't know. Oh, you were talking to the Canadian Clarissa. Oh, thank you.
Well, what
I thought you were supporting me.
what my house general does is a couple days after Christmas, she just raids the wrapping paper at the stores because it's discounted ridiculously to get rid of it. That she buys it at the end of the year, and then we use that the next year. That's always been. We never buy it right before Christmas.
See, that's good thinking. People buy presents in January for the following year.
For the following year,
we never get there. We never get there. So
I've always told my wife what we need to do one year, and this will never fly because then Christmas isn't really Christmas, I guess. But so one year we should just take X amount of money, write that check, give it to the kids, and then tell them after Christmas go to the sales and go crazy, get whatever you want.
Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? Round the Christmas tree, just a couple of envelopes with checks in them.
Yeah. But that's not really the thing, right? That's not really the, hey, let's unwrap and give a nice, thoughtful Christmas and nice, thoughtful present, you know?
Yeah, I must try that. I don't think that'd go down well unless it was like had lots of zeros on the end. Then they wouldn't care.
World's premier Christmas wrapping coffee talk.
It is. It is. It is. Okay, the final thing then.
All right.
The final thing for Twitch to give me some much needed love and support. Remember we had the discussion about she's gone and ordered a white shelving unit for the bathroom, and I was like, why? We don't need it. Well, guess what arrived yesterday?
Uh-oh.
Yes. And guess who? It was flat pack. So guess who spent the rest of the Saturday afternoon not playing World of Tanks after I've wrapped all these presents?
Installing the new item.
Yeah, I had to build it first, and the instructions, as always, were upside down, back to front, and in Chinese. So I was like, so my shelving unit now has shelves sticking out the side. It's just a complete disaster sat in the bathroom. You can't put anything on it because all the shelves are angled like this, and you know, we didn't need it. There you go. We didn't need it. Why do people do?
Oh man, you better fix that. You're gonna be in trouble.
I know.
I'm a little scared for you right now.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, isn't it? It's going to be difficult this next couple of days.
I bet if you went on YouTube and typed in the name of that shelving, you would find 14 videos on how to put that together.
14 different ways.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, so that's my life in a nutshell.
Oh, there you go.
Paper wrapping and shelf building.
Well, I like it, man. Christmas is coming. You know what I mean? I'm kind of excited for the whole thing.
Yeah. I am somewhat like a small child when it comes to Christmas, I must admit.
Yeah.
And the saving grace with that is that I can claim that it's CRS or it's some form of dementia. You know what I mean? When I'm running around the Christmas tree, woohooing.
That's awesome.
So you know.
All right. I don't know if Loblow's still in here, but he's doing a on his channel. I think it's on his channel actually, but he'll be commentating on an IL-2 Warbird BFM tournament this afternoon at 2000Z. I should be there. My intention is to be there and do that with him. There he is. So make sure you check that out on his Loblo TTV right there. You can see it's the same name for his channel, and hopefully I will be there provided my schedule allows, which right now I'm planning on it. So that'll be cool if you want to check that out. I haven't seen IL-2, so that'll be really cool to see how that works out.
I was just laughing what KJ's just said. Re-roll her presents. Yeah, I definitely re-gifting. Give it to somebody else. Awesome.
Just put a little dice in the gift, you know, and they look at it and go, all right, now here's the thing.
Yeah.
You can roll. You have a small chance of getting a better present, but if you don't, then I take away your present and give you a smaller present.
Absolutely. Awesome. I'm going to try that.
Then you can take. Then when they fail, you can take all the stuff back that was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Sell it. Just sell it all back. Like a pilgrim sell back, so it's worth less than what you bought.
Oh yeah, you can double your money. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, guys, we've been at it for about an hour and a half, so I think that's all we got. Anything else to add in there?
No, I'm pretty much done out, but I'll be quickly going EU for an hour after this, and then NA.
Okay.
Joe, you asked me. Yes, we'll get you sorted with Discord as soon as this is finished. I've got to go and grab some lunch, but Joe has asked me to help him with Discord, so I'll
Okay, easy peasy. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go crank out the Miserable Monday video. It was good seeing you too, Loblo. Hopefully we'll see you this afternoon. I intend to, so I'll let you know. Everybody else, thanks for coming by. I appreciate. Got a couple follows. Got at least 1 or 2 subs. Very nice. I do appreciate that. Fantastic. That is it for the world's premiere coffee talk at 0700 for an hour and a half. This is Guido off from the left side of the Atlantic.
And this is Pilgrim saying, cheerio now from the right hand or the correct side of the Atlantic.
Bye-bye.